Warning. The Dragon Between podcast may contain language and adult humor that is unsuitable for those 13 years and younger. Viewer discretion is advised. You're listening to the Dragon Between podcast, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign that takes place in the Eberron pulp fantasy setting created by Keith Baker. New episodes are recorded every Sunday and are released on the following week. You can find the video version on the YouTube channel. And if you like what you see and hear, feel free to drop us a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter for updates and news on the podcast. Thank you for listening, and now on with the show. When the characters last met, Eli, Zito, and Auri looked on as the turtle druid Harak casted Greater Restoration on Lithana, unlocking her mind. The visibly exhausted ranger thanked the druid, and the group said their goodbyes before once again setting off on the Glum River. After a few uneventful days of travel, the boat glided to a stop at a dock that was regularly trafficked by Red's shifter kin. The barbarian immediately noticed a bag used for communication missing from a nearby pole and began to investigate the immediate area. Red then discovered a damaged travel bag and a very large set of footprints in the ground near the bag. With a renewed sense of urgency, the group said their farewells to Ghanima and began heading on foot northeast into the crawling swamp. The characters followed the tracks for well over an hour, a steady rain soaking them as they splashed through the mud and the muck. After some hilarity with a polymorph spell and a misunderstanding with one of Eli's personal items, the group began to hear the sounds of chewing and crunching coming from nearby. The party soon discovered the source of the sound, a trio of huge ogres enjoying dinner around a massive bonfire. Characters sprang into action, dropping devastation upon the monstrous creatures. As the party slew the ogres, a strange halfling descended from the tree canopy on the back of an enormous spider. The characters were not interested in giving quarter, however, and focused their attack on this newcomer. Somewhat smaller versions of the duplicate of the spider began leaping out of the tree, and the battle raged on. As the last ogre was slain, the halfling's form was revealed to be a ruse. The diminutive creature suddenly transformed into a flying, blue-skinned, horned ogre as even more spiders leapt down from above. Three more of the spiders with the orb-like bodies with spiny protrusions all over their carapace leaped down from the tree cover in impossibly long jumps, thumping into the soft peat earth of this clearing. And one immediately leaps towards you. On its turn, Zito, you watch as it jumps over, making short work of the distance between you and it begins to attempt to bite you. However, that is a miss. And another steeder spider skitters across towards you, Eli, and attempts to slash at you with its sticky leg. But it rolls a natural 1 and misses you. Lithana, it is your turn.
Okay, Lithana is looking out at everything and...
You're watching as these smaller versions of the much larger looking spider begin leaping down from the tree cover above. The larger one being the one that Eli turned into an ice statue. And just to give you all a visual reference, this is what the spiders look like, minus the light-skinned bearded dwarf.
I want the dwarf to be included in that, Jeremy.
I mean, if you want to fight some dwarves.
There's some ugly glows on top of their heads.
If you'd like to hold your action, you can. Lathana, if you're not sure what to do at the moment. Just keep in mind you won't be able to take a full turn. You essentially would have to ready an action.
Sure. No, I will go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark on male steeder number 1.
I think your Hunter's Mark was still active, so you can move it to it. You won't,
okay.
You won't have to use a spell slot for that.
Cool.
Since we're still in the same combat, I believe you used it on one of the ogres, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yes. Okay, I will use sharpshooter and aim my bow and
Well, that's definitely a hit. A 16 is your repeating shot longbow. Your arrow strikes true just as the spider was just tried to swipe at Eli after you watched its hairy leg swipe forth, arcing down into the dirt. You catch it with an arrow and it flips over, its legs up in the air, slowly moving and then ceasing to move. Quite dead.
I will also sharpshoot male steeder number 7.
Yeah, she gets that a plus, what is that, a plus 15 when she does sharpshooter? Unfortunately, yeah, that's a miss.
Dang it.
You start to fumble your arrow, and the rain made your fingers a little damp, and you drop the arrow on the ground.
My bonus action, I will kind of try to blend in a bit, and that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't really have a bonus action. You moved your hex as your bonus action.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. Red, it is your turn. I believe you were super nettled at the ogres after slaying them with Ender and Auri.
Yes, very, very mad, very mad.
Very nettled.
I'm going to rush over to this male steeder number 6.
Okay. Red charges forth.
And I'm going to swing recklessly at him with my greatsword.
Go for it.
Advantage button. Oh, 2 nat 20s! They were both nat 20s. That's
They were both nat 20s.
Well.
Okay, so first hit.
Yeah,
Instant death.
When you hit it with the sword, the creature had but a moment to turn and look at you, and you just turn the back of it, this orb-like spiny protruding carapace, it just turns to jelly and splatters, and the
I'm
legs
just, like, screaming at this point, like the angriest tiger screams. It's not going to stop till everything in this place is dead.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw a javelin at this one for my second action. Recklessly. So I'll try throwing. Can you do that if you throw 2 with javelins?
I don't think you can. Maybe
yeah,
not.
I wouldn't think that would work. That sounds weird, so I'm not going to do that.
I was assume that reckless is a melee attack, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, but I hit anyway, so...
You did! An 18 definitely hits the creature. Potato applause, Lathana says.
Haha, also
and
dead.
your javelin rams through the creature's body, and it's sticking up like a piece of a kebab out of the ground. Its legs still just slowly starting to move. As soon as you hit it, pin it to the ground, its legs were like skittering, like it was trying to pull itself off of the javelin.
And that's my turn. Rage continues next round.
Okay. You're still raging. All right. Let's see. All this guy can do is leap as far as he possibly can, which he will do. Ender, all of a sudden you hear a soft plop behind you to the side as one of these spiders impossibly leaps right next to you. Looks like it's getting ready to try and attack you on its next turn. And this other one is going to do the same thing, leaping towards music. That's all it can do on its turn. On Big Maw Maw's turn, she is going to reach down and pull at a bone device hanging from her neck. And she blows on it, and you all hear a horrible, shrill noise of this whistle as she blows into it, and it echoes throughout this place. And you all immediately start hearing this horrible noise coming from somewhere off to the northeast, just beyond the thicket. And she is going to fly another 30 feet up and over, and sort of like she's hovering up in the air and about 60 feet above the ground in that spot. And that's the end of her turn. Actually, no. Yep, nope, that's her turn. So, Eli, just beyond the tree cover, you heard that strange growling, barking noise.
Yeah.
And a large canine-like creature with frills coming down its back and a bulbous, distending throat with a thick collar, spikes radiating out, comes charging through the brush. It looks like this. And you watch as this thing comes charging and then moves another 40 feet in your direction. Just slobbering. Its throat, like a bullfrog, is like distending out as it's making hooting noises coming straight at you. And Auri, it is your turn. What's that, Auri?
Which kind of bear am I right now? Am I polar bear or?
You are polar bear. In fact, let me. I made a sheet that has your magic attacks. I changed your attacks to magical in your bear form. So, boom.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of whip around here.
All right.
To this guy, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a multi-attack on him.
Go for it. That's most definitely a hit as you lunge forth and bite into this spider, dealing 12 piercing magical damage. Half of its body is now crumpling in your mouth as you're chewing on it and letting its body go.
Alright, and I'm going to attempt to slam down on it with both of my claws.
Alright. That is also a hit. A 23 most definitely hits as you slash down with your extended claws, tearing it in half as if you were chewing on a bao bun or a nice, thick, soft, chewy bun. And it just sort of gushes all over your paws.
Alright, I'm going to spit it out, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. It tastes kind of funky. Your tongue's a little numb.
Yucky.
And Ender, I believe it's your turn, sir. As you started to turn around, the white form of Auri in her polar bear form just kind of zipped around you and then crushed the spider.
Alright, I think I'm going to pull up my bow and shoot Big Maw Maw.
Okay. So you're gonna drop your sword. I think I had you equipped with your sword of sharpness. You're gonna pull out your bow?
So if I have my swords out, I will.
I mean, they'll just they'll just be sitting on the ground.
That's where I'll go.
Oh, okay. All right. On this steeder's turn, it's gonna skitter over to you, Zito. And why not? It'll be smart and it will gain advantage on its attack against you as it tries to wallop you with its sticky legs. But it misses. These little spiders don't really hit very well. And it is your turn.
Alright, Zito is going to grab that second spider that tried to jump at him and cast Shock and Grasp on him.
Go for it. That hits. And you reach out, touching the creature with your hands, and sparks of electricity begin radiating off your palms, and this thing just turns into a smoking husk on the ground before you.
And as my bonus action, I'll have my turret attack the next strider, number 7.
Okay. A little mechanical bug-like turret now points its face towards one of the other spiders, unfortunately missing as the blast goes wide, creating a tiny little crater next to it.
I'll end my turn there.
Gonna end your turn there? All right. What will Music do on his turn?
Music.
He's got a spider in his face.
Oh, son of a gun. Yeah, I guess he'll swing at that spider first, prioritize its little bard health. So he'll swing at male steader number 9 with his little arm rapier.
Okay.
Oh, he missed.
Zito, you hear a ratcheting sound as a rapier appears out of the wrist. His hand bends forward and a rapier pops out. He tries to slash at the spider, but unfortunately misses.
So I guess I don't think he gets more than one attack.
Unfortunately, no. But he does has his bonus action, which he can use to like inspire you guys and try to use cutting words and whatnot.
Okay. I will cast. No, I'll wait for that. That'll just be his turn, I guess.
Okay. All right. One of the other spiders now is going to rush forth towards you and try to crawl, sort of crawling up one of your legs, Auri. It's disgusting looking, and it's trying to bite you on your paw. But it misses. It rolls a 2 + 4. A 6 definitely does not do anything to you.
I whip back my paw super sassily.
It just sort of looks at you, sort of silly looking spider looking up at you. And Eli, it is your turn, sir. There's a large canine-like creature that is rushing towards you, and Big Maw Maw has sort of floated off another 30 feet up, now 60 feet off of the ground, above the fray.
Well, Big Me's hands, what, 30 feet up in the air?
It was 30 feet up, correct.
Well, Misty Step into Bigsby's hand.
Okay.
And using my bonus action, I'm gonna fly another 30 feet up.
Okay, so you're just going straight up?
Yes.
All
Away
right.
from Big Doggy.
Away from Big Doggy? Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Let's see. The other spider is going to leap impossibly long towards you, Ender. And then the last spider is going to leap up into the air Onto Bigby's hand right next to you, Eli. And he's going to try to bite you. I don't know why, but let's just do that. There we go. That's so weird. All right, I gotta move you over here slightly. Because for some reason it thinks I keep targeting itself.
Can it hold 2?
I don't know, can it?
I don't think it. I think it only can hold 1 medium-sized creature.
No?
Oh.
That is a good question. Can it?
I just know it. I think it only can hold 1 medium-sized creature.
Well, let's look at it real quick, because I'm curious. Bigby's hand. A large hand.
Because when it grapples, it only can hold a medium or smaller.
Okay. Well,
It gives me half.
It may not be able to hold you, but it is currently using its spider climb to crawl all over Bigby's hand. If Bigby's hand is a solid, if it is a solid object, it is currently crawling.
That is true. It is a spider, so it would
Yeah.
kind of stick.
So he's kind of hanging off the side, and he's trying to bite your foot. So this disgusting-looking creature tries to bite your foot, and it manages to hit. Would you like to use shield?
Yes.
Okay. What's that bring your AC up to?
Brings it up to 19.
Okay, that's a 21.
Oh, yep, still hits.
Yeah. So you take... you pass your concentration check, so you don't plummet to the ground. And you take 12 piercing and poison damage from this creature as it bites your foot. You feel it pierce through your boot into your soft flesh, and you feel this heat rush up your leg. And it's your turn again, Eli.
Good. This thing's dying.
There's a spider trying to bite you. Well, he did bite you.
I'll look down at him, and I'm gonna cast Blight.
Okay. That is a failure on the spider.
Which spider is it? It's not letting me drop it on the map.
Here, let me move him so you can target it with the damage. Oh,
there.
Yeah, he's extra dead. You watch as it just sort of the spell radiating out from your hands. You just watch as this thing's legs just start plopping off and falling onto the soft earth below, and it loses traction, lets go of Bigby's hand, and falls and just plops and splatters.
And Bigby's hand will go another. Let's go another 10 feet up on my bonus action.
10 feet up. Okay, so you're now 10 feet above
70
Mama.
feet up.
Yep, you're 70 feet up in the air. So you're 10 feet above Mama.
And I'll end my turn right there.
Okay. Let's see. We kind of changed what I wanted to do. That's okay. Let's see. Orker sees you, Lafana. He's going to run towards you. Let's see. And I need you, because you are within range, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. I think I have advantage. Is that right?
Do you? I know you have advantage on stealth checks.
I have resistance to being charmed and stuff.
Right. This isn't a charm.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing is literally rushing towards you, and it is emitting a earpiece piercing howl.
15?
Unfortunately, that does not do it, and you are currently frightened and incapacitated.
Oh boy.
As you clasp your hands over your ears to drown out this horrible sound from this creature. And it looks like it's starting to skitter step, and it looks like it's getting ready to come at you again, potentially. Like it's now bearing down, lowering its head down to the ground as its mouth closes after that horrible sound goes off. And Auri, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I have tunnel vision on this thing right now because it just attacked me, so I'm going to attack it back.
It just wants to be your friend. That's a critical hit. As you spin your head around and just sort of chomp. It's not even like you don't even move that much. Your head just sort of like arcs down, and you pop it like a water balloon.
Nice. Okay, and now that I finally killed the thing that was right in front of me, my tunnel vision kind of lowers, and I'm like, oh wait, there's more issues going on the other way, and I'll take my movement over towards my friends.
Okay.
Go right there. And
The thump.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Ender, it's your turn, sir. A spider was leapt next to you. Not too dissimilar from what happened while you were over there with Auri.
How high up is Big Maw Maw?
She's about 60 feet up in the air. So she's 60 feet straight up, plus however far away you are. So that'd be about 90 feet, roughly.
Alright, I'm gonna attack this guy.
Go for it. That is a hit. As you spin around, slashing into the spider, it scatters across the soft earth. Quite dead.
Alright, I'm gonna drop my... About how big is that crossbow? Would you say it's a hand crossbow?
What does it say?
Oh, never mind.
Light crossbow.
Alright, that's...
Yeah, light crossbow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move right there and hopefully get the Horker's attention.
Okay. Yeah, you see this crazy looking beast with a big bulbous bullfrog neck, and it's bearing down, looking straight at Lathana, who's clasping in her head in pain. And I believe, unless you have something else that you'd like to do, it's Music's turn.
I'm just shouting, if I'm allowed, "Hey, ugly!" at the Horker and ending my turn.
Okay. What will Music do on Music's turn, Red?
How high up in the air is Big Maw Maw again?
Big Maw Maw is straight up 60 feet from the ground.
Okay. So if I'm casting a
we're talking
spell...
about 105 feet.
Okay.
Roughly.
Music sheet. Oh, okay. I am going to just try and swing at the male steeder again with my blade, since he's all up in my business, and
He is, and he made you miss.
yeah.
At least that's the story Music's telling. But that's a hit. A 22 definitely hits with your arm blade. And you deal 5 piercing magical damage to the creature, just sort of punching it, creating a big hole in its body.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to give Ender inspiration.
Okay. Ender, take your, what is it, a D10, I believe?
Yes.
D10 inspiration.
How does that work?
You get to add it to an ability check, attack roll, or a saving throw.
Before or after I know the result?
Before.
if it hits or not.
Before you know the result, but it could be after you roll it.
That's tricky in the game here. As soon as I hit the attack, I know if it hits or not. So what's going to be our micro ruling on that?
I'm gonna rule it as it's written. So if it says that you do it before you roll your attack, then you would roll your inspiration with your attack.
No,
Well, it's a weird
says
one.
After.
It can be after you roll your attack or roll your check, but it has to be before you know whether or not it failed or succeeded.
So in this case, Jeremy, we won't
So-
be able to know. After.
So when you guys roll checks, the system tells you if you pass or fail.
Yeah.
So if
Correct.
you fail and you'll see, usually it says how much you fail by, if I'm not mistaken. You can take the chance, roll your inspiration, and we'll add that to the total you already had.
Okay, cool. So after I make the roll, I can decide if I.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you how much we failed by. It just
Oh, it
says we failed.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay. So yeah, it's
probably
more of a,
fair.
yeah. That seems pretty fair.
Good, because I don't want to use inspiration on a roll when I get like a critical strike.
Absolutely.
That is the most fair. All right.
You
end
know
of
who
turn.
you
Or
know
end
who
of-
else could have
End
used
of comment
end of
on someone
comment.
else's turn.
You know who else could have used that inspiration? Lathana. No worries. Auri, it says that you still have DM inspiration on your character sheet.
I know. I'm very choosy about when I choose to actually use it. I've had one for there's been times where I had 2 saved up and you gave inspiration to everybody, but I already had 2 that I didn't use.
No worries. Choosy
So
choosy druids choose GIF.
it's true.
All right. Unless music has something else that they want to do, I believe it's Zito's turn.
Are you done? Okay. Zito is going to cast Shock and Grasp on the next eater.
He's gonna pull an unlimited power. Correct. Another zip zap zap as you zap the creature with your shocking grasp. I don't believe that it is able to take reactions, correct?
Yep, that is right. And Zito is going to move by the stream over there.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to move my turret closer between this new creature and Lathana.
Okay. So you're running away from the steer? That's what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. It will take a reaction to try and bat you with its sticky leg.
Wait, which one?
Steeder 7. Oh, that's right. It
That's the
can't take
one.
reactions. Haha, I'm dumb. Sorry. All right. So you said you're going to rush with your bonus action, you're going to move your little Pokeball bug over in front of the Howler.
Yes, I'm going to shoot it.
Go for it. That's a critical hit. And you deal 16 force damage to the creature.
Now I'm going to turn there.
Okay. Steeder 7 finishes being electrocuted by you and is going to skitter behind you and try to bite you. And a 20 hits, correct?
I'm gonna cast shield.
You're gonna cast shield. What does that take your AC up to?
It'll bring it up to 21.
21.
Let's see. Let me target myself first.
I'm gonna say your AC is 17. Wouldn't it make it more than that?
Oh, 22.
Yeah, 22. So it definitely does not hit you as this arcane shield zips and is created in front of it. Oh, I totally skipped past you, Lithana, but I forgot you can't take any actions or reactions while you're incapacitated.
Can she save?
Nope. Unfortunately, this ability doesn't end until the end of the Horker's next turn, which is this round.
What?
Yeah, it's one of the unfortunate things about our turn order. Sometimes it's to your advantage, though. Sometimes you don't even lose a turn.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. At the end of the next turn for the Horker. So next turn, after its turn, it would be the end of your turn. As you said, Ender, you get stunned. You could be stunned for an hour, unfortunately, because of this variant rule that we use for it. And if you guys ever want to just end this variant rule for initiative, we can.
Oh, what do you mean? When someone else is suffering, then you offer it?
Oh, no, I believe you and I discussed this prior out of game.
We did, yeah, I know, but that's...
No, it's
I want to
fine.
see Lithana suffer a little first, okay? And then
Well,
we
she
can...
is. She is suffering.
Please, I spent a whole combat being dragged around by Ender.
That's true.
Yeah, so sometimes it is to our best... I mean, it all depends. I don't know. It can definitely feel unfair sometimes. So, Lithana, after this, write Jeremy 500-word essay on how it made you feel.
Yeah, long, angry email.
In the meantime, after this other spider, which is pestering Music, tries to bite him and is unsuccessful, Red, it is your turn again.
Yay. Let's see. Darn it. I will go 40 feet up towards Ender and the Mealsteader number 5. Let me see if he's in range of my javelin.
Is number 5 still there? I thought number 5 was dead.
Or not 5, 7.
Gotcha.
My bad. And I will throw a javelin at him.
Okay. You don't have disadvantage because Zito is a small creature.
Yay.
That's a hit. As your javelin, once again, this time, piercing it straight through its dumb, bulbous head. And it is quite dead.
Nice. And I think I'm gonna try, and this will be with disadvantage, but I'm gonna try and throw a javelin up at Big Maw Maw.
Okay.
But it's out of range, so I'll try my best.
Unfortunately, a 14 misses as your javelin. You throw it up in the air, and it goes up, arcs, and almost impacts Eli as it zips past him. And then plops into the earth below.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. What about that? Okay. On Big Maw Maw's turn. Gosh, so many things to choose from. To heck with it. She's gonna go ahead and I'm sure that I know what's about to happen. But she's gonna try it anyway. She starts to make incantations, and with her free hand points straight down at a point next to you all, and she's gonna cast Fireball on that spot. At 4th level.
Ooh. Oh, thank God I'm just outside that
Well,
range.
No,
you know what's great is it's the counter spell.
No,
Eli.
I'm just outside it from the...
You're going to counterspell, Eli?
Yep.
She counterspells your counterspell.
She can't. She's casting an action.
It's a reaction, isn't it?
You can't use a reaction on your turn.
I'm just playing with you.
I'm like, I thought you were serious. I'm like, you can't do that. It's against the rules.
That's okay. I'm just messing with you.
It's
Okay.
against the rules, Jeremy. You're messing with me.
You do have to roll to, because it is a level higher, you will have to roll to see if your counterspell goes off. Or if she can get it.
My counterspell has to be at 4th level. All my thirds are taken.
All your thirds are taken, so you're casting at a 4th level? Okay.
Yes.
Then it does not go off.
You don't have to tell me what level it is either. You're not supposed to tell me the level. I know you said 4th level. Don't tell. But the reason I'm saying it, I have to cast it at 4th because I have no 3rd. I'm not trying to cheat.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, yeah. I have to say what level it is.
That's okay. She doesn't want to use any of her higher spell slots, so her fireball does not go off, and she looks extremely pissed off, and she is going to turn and look at you and fly right next to you, up and right next to you, and she's got her glaive out, and she looks like she's getting ready to swing at you.
Well, this took a turn.
And that is the end of her turn. So she's now 10 feet up. She's now 70 feet up in the air, right next to you. And it's actually your turn, Eli. What are you going to do?
It's my turn. Well, this changes things because she's right next to me, but I was going to fireball your dog.
Leave my dog alone.
I will. Is she? I guess she's engaged with me, right?
She is engaged.
I will disengage as my action and my bonus action. I will move 60 feet, not
Okay.
up, but like sideways, like down. I don't know how to grab this thing.
Okay. How many
I'll
feet are
move
you
60
moving?
feet by up back here. 60.
60
like
feet,
side.
you're flying. So you're using your action to disengage, and you're flying
Yes.
away on Big Maw
Yeah.
Maw. She looks
Yes,
like
my
she
bonus.
is so freaking angry at you right now as you fly away from her.
Bye.
You just see fire in her eyes right now.
Eli gives her the birdie as he flies away.
All right. Do you do anything else on your turn?
Nope, the flying was my bonus action.
All
I can't
right,
really move unless I want to jump.
That's true. You can always jump. I mean, you're 70 feet up in the air, but you can.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll end my turn there.
Okay, Auri, it is your turn. There's
Okay.
looking around the battlefield, you only see one spider, which is engaged with music, your Warforged Bard, and you see a big doggy-looking creature that is bearing down, looking like it's getting ready to run towards Lithana.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way towards the one that's after Lithana.
Okay.
The most I can go is 80, so I don't know if I can reach it. That doesn't matter. I think if it runs away from me, it'll be in trouble soon.
Actually, you can reach it. It is engaged with you, so you would be able to use a reaction to attack it if it tried to get away from you.
All right, cool. Well, I used all my movement, so that's my turn.
Okay. The spider that is still pestering music is going to once again try to take a swipe at it with a sticky leg, and actually manages to hit. And instead of doing damage to music, music is now hanging off of one of the creature's legs and is grappled. Lithana, you are still incapacitated, unfortunately. And Red, what does music do on music's turn? Music is currently stuck to all these various hairy tendrils that are coming off of one of its legs. His speed is 0.
Can I do a strength check to try to get out?
Yes, you may. You can make an escape check, which can be a strength, I believe, or dexterity.
Okay. I'll do a dexterity.
Okay. Hey! Music is no longer stuck to this creature's leg. As Music manages to slip off of the creature's leg and then recompose himself. Now that was your action to escape.
Alright, so that's the end of his turn.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try and get away from him and just take the opportunity attack.
Okay. Spider will try to bite him. Actually, no. It's going to try to swipe at him again, because if he grappled, your speed is 0. That's a miss. Music is able to get away without being stuck to its hairy legs once again. And I believe it's Zito's turn. Zito, what are you doing on your turn, sir?
Zito is going to cast Firebolt at Big Maw Maw.
Okay. That's a hit. As you hurl like a softball, hurling your fire up, it takes 9 damage from you.
Alright, and as my bonus action, I'm going to shoot the Horker again.
Okay. Your little Pokeball bug Eldritch turret creature, that's a critical hit. 28 is a critical hit on the Horker, as you deal 17 force damage to the creature.
Now my turn there.
Okay. Red, it is your turn.
Alright.
You can see that Big Maw Maw has ascended 10 more feet, is now 70 feet off of the ground, straight up from where she is on the map. Staring in the direction of her quarry, Eli Stormbringer.
Where is Eli?
Eli is in the bottom right-hand corner next to Lithana.
Okay. So I will run 40 feet forward, near Music, and I will try and throw a javelin at this Horker dude.
Go for it. And a 27 definitely hits. You deal 4 piercing damage from your javelin. It seemed to almost partially resist your attack, and it seems like its body is expelling the javelin within moments of it impacting and sinking into its flesh.
Okay. I'm gonna try, and I'm just gonna throw another javelin at him just for fun.
Go for it. I don't think you have any more. It says attacking while out of ammo.
I think because I checked it off right before I attacked in advance.
How many javelins have you thrown?
2. I got the one spider. Oh, 1. Nope, I am out. So yeah, undo that.
Okay, so you don't do that. I apologize.
No worries.
So
yeah,
you go to
that is
grab a
even
javelin, and you like you're throwing a football, and it's not in your hand. And you just kind of look at your hand like confused, or like, oh yeah, that's right. They're scattered on the ground around you.
So yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Auri, Horker is going to run away towards Lithana. Slap him.
Or at least try to.
That's a hit. So you slash Horker, raking across its side with your claws, dealing 10 slashing magical damage to the creature as it rushes, barreling around and out of range of you, your little bug creature there, Zito, and just dives at you, Lithana. Lithana, you are still holding your ears as you have a moment to look up as this creature dives forward towards you. And you see its wide mouth attempting to clamp down onto your body but it just manages to miss. Its jaws clamp shut. It then tries to bite you again because it has 2 attacks. And it hits.
Ugh.
You take 13 piercing damage from its bite, and then an explosion of psychic energy radiates out from its throat against your head. Your headache suddenly becomes mind-numbing, and you take an additional 29 psychic damage from the creature. And Ender, it is your turn.
Alright, well, here I'm gonna drop my weapons and shoot at Mama.
Go for it.
Little Mama.
Little Mama. Yeah, those Horkers, man, if they get you incapacitated with that first ability, when they hit hard. But on the plus side, Luthana, next turn, you are no longer incapacitated.
Cool beans. Ouchie.
As Ender, you're able to knock an arrow and fire it straight up in the air and catch Mama on her side.
When it
She
comes
just-
to
Sorry, go ahead.
to doing multi attacks, with the ranged weapon, is it still the same as with the melee?
What do you mean?
Do I still get to do multiple attacks with range as I do it as melee?
Oh, I believe so. If you have an extra attack, it's just like how Luthana is able to fire multiple arrows in a
Oh
turn.
yeah, okay, cool. And it interrupted your awesome your flavor text for me hitting him with an arrow. But
No
continue.
worries. I believe I was done.
You can continue with the pain and like the suffering he's feeling right now.
She seems to barely notice your attack.
That they're doing it again.
Okay. That is another hit, as your arrow once again finds almost the exact same spot where the other arrow impacted, dealing 9 piercing damage to the creature.
What does she have to say now?
Well, you'll find out here in a moment. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Action surge, hitting her again.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. That's another hit.
Nice.
That's 4 piercing damage to Big Maw Maw. She is
And one more.
peppered on her side from that angle from your arrows. And another. Every arrow has found its mark.
Unbelievably. Alright, now I'm waiting for some attention.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm gonna sidestep this.
You're going to sidestep?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm drawing it to me.
Hmm.
If it wants to do any more fireballs, I want to be its only target.
Wow. Okay.
And away from my weapons. Go back. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? Ender. She pulls the arrows out with one mighty, meaty hand. Looks in your direction. Let's see. And she's just sort of is scanning the battlefield. She looks at you. And she looks at... she looks at you and she looks at Red. I need both of you to please make a charisma saving throw.
You sure you want to do that?
Go right ahead. Would you like to do something in response?
No, I'm 60 feet away. I can't.
Okay.
I just wanted to get you.
Oh crap! Sorry, she dropped down to be within range. I apologize.
And I'd like to use my D10, my inspiration.
Your inspiration?
At 19.
19. Okay. Ender, a tear in reality opened up behind you, and shadowy hands began clasping at you. And you just managed to tear yourself away as you, look at the creature, and then you hear the same tearing noise, and then a popping noise as Red looks up in terror as arms reach out, grab her, and pull her into the tear, and the tear closes. And she is gone.
Well, Red, I really appreciate you spending the inspiration die on me and not yourself, even though you're playing two characters. You could have done that, and the outcome could have been completely different. I adore you for it.
So, Red, you are currently standing in a complete pitch black place. There is no illumination. You have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
There is a howling wind blasting from all around you. You can barely see. You just see a gray landscape, completely flat in all directions. And that's it. And let's see.
Is it just lazy DM details or actually good details is the question.
Well, if any of you are fans of Critical Role, you'd know exactly where I just sent her. And then Big Maw Maw will move a little closer. Yeah, why not? She'll move over this way. Just a little bit closer. Just straight across. 20 more feet. She used 10 feet to get down to get in range of you two, and then she went that way. And that's the end of her turn. Eli, it's your turn. You just watched your friend Red get sucked into a tear in reality, and then it shut like a zipper being pulled up.
Well, that sucks. How far is she off the ground?
She is 60 feet off of the ground.
Eli, I guess I'll firebolt.
Firebolt?
I'll move the hand as my bonus action to move right in range with her.
Okay.
Within 30 feet. And I'll firebolt her.
That's definitely within 30 feet, sure. That's a hit. All of your attacks have been absolutely shredding this horrible, oily, dark brown cloak that is covering most of the features of her traps and her back and her head. And you just watch her snarl, the glaive still in her hand, hefting it, willing herself closer to you.
I'll let my turn there.
Okay. The last spider, who is still hanging on best he possibly can, is going to go straight for music once again because he just wants to get music. Tries to bite music and manages to hit, dealing 7 piercing and poison damage to music. And Lithana, you are no longer frightened and incapacitated. Let me take those conditions off of you. He wants to face the music. That's what I'm calling this episode, Face the Music.
Lithana is going to disengage.
Okay.
And let's see. Run as fast as she can.
Okay.
Uh,
I believe you got a speed of what, 35?
yes.
Okay.
Right over here.
Gotcha.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Porker cannot attack you because you disengaged.
And unfortunately, I have no healing potions.
Oh no. Is that all you'd like to do?
Let's see. I believe that's all I can do.
That's all you can do? Okay. Zito, it's up. Your turn. You're up on deck, sir.
Alright, Zito is going to cast Aid on Lathana. Ender.
Oh, I don't need it. Choose the squishies.
It's raise your hit point maximum, doesn't it? And red.
Yeah, but I got so much health. The issue isn't health. The issue is being incapacitated. But I have a ring for that, thanks to Eli's smarts.
Now I'll cast at 4th level, so you all get 15 extra hit points.
I was just looking at the spell banishment. There is no saving spell or saving throw after you're just gone. I'm so sorry, Ashley.
Oh.
Do I come back when she's dead?
When the concentration ends, you will come back.
All in my turn.
You should have just made her so worried. Should have made her send her to the character creation screen, and if I was a DM, I would have been hurting your feelings there, Red. I'm sorry.
Aw.
I learned something about myself just now, though, and I'll spend a couple moments reflecting.
He will reflect as he is just narrowly escaped meeting a similar fate, and it is his turn.
How narrow was it?
It was pretty narrow. Nah, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that narrow. You were actually I think you were at least 3 points above the
Okay,
DC.
so the inspiration was needed, though.
Yeah,
That was a good example of us actually following the rule and not using the house rule, because I didn't know if it was passed or not. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to keep trying to get Mama's attention. Is she still floating, or did she fly down? I missed that.
She's still flying. She's 60 feet up.
Okay, I'm going to...
Sorry, I wanted to interject. Lathana, you took damage. I don't think your hunter's mark exists anymore because of the massive damage you took.
But I have to take
you would have to cast it in order to put it on her. You'd have to use a spell slot. I apologize. So if you wanted to, how does that work? Is that a bonus action to cast?
Yes, but it's concentration, so would it just be a con save?
Well, the damage is too much. You wouldn't be able to save from it.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, am I wrong? Let me know, guys, if I'm wrong.
We'll talk about it after it's already done and guilt you with it over our series.
Absolutely, I will accept your guilt wholeheartedly all week long until next session. In the meantime, let's get back to your saucy turn, sir. I apologize for interrupting.
I am just going to continue to pepper this broad, who's a woman apparently. I'm going to pepper her with more arrows.
She identifies as female.
Well, I will shoot that female.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 14 misses.
Okay.
And Eli yells out, I also heard she's single. Your second attack with your longbow is a hit. A 19 definitely impacts her, as you deal 8 piercing damage to Big Maw Maw.
And I'm gonna move right there.
Okay.
Right there.
All right.
I'm circling my prey.
Circle that prey. Man, if Ender could fly, guys, he would be like all over this.
Yeah. I definitely would not be swiping left though. Or right. Which way is the good way?
Swiping right's the good way, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
It sure is.
Okay, let's see if Horker gets his ability back. He does not. He turns around and he is going to... Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's going to run over to you, Lithana. And he's barreling down on you. The attacks won't be nearly as bad, but he's going to try to bite you. First attack missing. The second attack also misses. And Auri, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna run over there.
Alright, I'm just
Is
gonna...
it possible for me to, like, push Lithana gently to closer to Eli there, and I'll go for this thing? I don't want to stand on top of her.
Yeah, we can, like, I can... He's not actually there. He's like here.
Oh, okay.
I'll just put him, like, right there. There you go. He's like, you're
I
what,
guess I can go, like,
you're
right there,
60
then.
feet up in the air still, Derek?
Yeah, I'm 60 feet in the air still.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go, like, right next to her,
Okay.
where his icon just was a second ago.
Like right there?
Alright, and I'm going to try and attack this thing again.
Okay. Yeah, no, Derek, it's a demi-plane. It's not actually a dangerous place to Red. Red is just like essentially sitting in a corner right now.
Yeah, you have me freaking out. I'm like, oh, dude, do I have any plane shit? I don't even know if I can go get her.
That's a hit.
It bit its ankle.
As you bite its ankle.
Okay, and now I'm gonna try and swipe it with my claws.
Okay. That unfortunately is a miss.
Well, darn. I'm gonna kind of like make it look like I just like, you know, didn't really try to swipe. Nobody saw that. Like when a cat gets embarrassed when it misses jumping on the counter. That's me right now.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. On Big Maw Maw's turn, she is going to glide over towards you, Eli.
Or me? Come on, it's gotta like me. A little bit. I'm the only one doing damage to
She's
it.
really mad at Eli. Plus, she's using a concentration spell, so she can't really do much to you. She can't really cast any more spells, unfortunately.
Shield.
Oh, you're shielding?
Yeah, before she even gets to me.
Okay. Well, she's still going to try to attack you if you want to drop it on yourself.
I did.
Okay. All right.
I just see Big Mama coming. Oh,
You just watch as before she even gets 5 feet from you, this weapon she's using apparently has reach as she lunges, slashing at you. 21 hits with shield, correct?
Oh yeah, 19 is my shield.
Okay. Does this work again? I haven't used this before.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's gonna be
okay.
bad.
Okay. You take 14 slashing magical damage, and you pass her concentration check. And then she's going to try to hit you again. And she hits again. And this time you take 13 slashing magical damage and pass your concentration check. You're not plummeting to the ground. Concentration.
That's all you can do?
That's all she can do. She had 2 attacks.
Oh, Big Mama not so big anymore.
Keep talking shit.
Yo, Eli, next time we play characters, you're playing the tank. You just know exactly how to. Like I'm sitting here like saying like my swipe left jokes, everything over here, and Jeremy's still just, dude, he's got
She's got a hate
his
boner.
spacers to kill on you, man.
All
Phaser
right.
set to kill.
That's because she wanted to fireball you all, and just Eli was like, nah.
Yeah, you pissed her off, so she's going after Eli. Music. It is Music's turn as a spider runner. At least you
Am I
have.
grappled?
You're not grappled.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Hex with my bonus action on Big Maw Maw.
Okay.
Do I drag it to her?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
If there is a status effect icon, you can drag and drop it onto the map onto
there
her
we go.
or onto her herself on the combat tracker. There you go.
And I'll target the wisdom saves for her
All right.
ability effects for that.
Gotcha.
And then as my main thing, I will try to cast Dissonant Whispers at level 5.
Okay.
How do you up it? If it works.
If it works, you just grab the blood drop or whatever the damage is, and you right click for each level higher that you go.
Okay.
And then you drag and drop it either onto the creature or throw it in the dice tray.
I don't know if his spells don't seem to want to drag to cast on her.
Oh, you just click the cast button after you click the little icon that looks like a magnifying glass, and you click cast.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, put it on myself. Oh, cards are hard.
Okay, she succeeds.
Okay, so she takes...
So go ahead and roll the damage. So grab that blood drop and then right click for however high you cast the spell to add more damage to it. And then it should automatically reduce when you roll the damage.
1d6 for each slot level. 1.
All right, so she takes 14 of the massive 28 psychic damage that you almost laid into her.
That's music.
Music makes the people come together.
And dog pile.
And a dog pile. Literally a dog on the field. And Red, you are... I believe that's the end of Music's turn, correct?
Yes.
On your turn, Red, you're still hearing that howling wind. But it seems a little bit diminished. Like you feel like the effect of it should be much worse. For this bleak landscape that you're on, you feel like this should be much worse.
Nice. I'm probably
And
just
don't
like, running
appear
in
to be in
circles, swatting
don't
at it.
appear to be any danger as far as you can tell.
Okay.
And Lithana, it is your turn.
Lithana would put out her scimitar of speed.
Okay.
She would stab the horker right in the fleshy bit of its neck.
Go for it.
And she will do it 3 times, actually. Because she can use her bonus action, too.
Yes,
Hey.
you can. Unfortunately, the first attack is a miss. Your second attack, however, is a hit, as you deal 12 slashing magical damage to the creature. And then your third attack is also a hit, as you deal 9 slashing magical damage. Now, I should mention, you are not a 2-weapon fight. You don't have the dueling or 2-weapon fighting, so you should be rolling that without your bonus. Whenever you attack with a third time with your bonus, like essentially, that would be if you had an offhand. This isn't an offhand weapon, so technically you can't really use a bonus action to attack a third time, unless you have an offhand weapon. But I'll give you the damage. You said you wanted to attack 3 times, correct?
Yeah.
Your bonus
Scimitar
action Scimitar
says you
speed.
can make 1 attack with it as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of a regular weapon. I wasn't even thinking about that. I apologize. Plus, you have 2 attacks already at level 5.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, if it was a regular weapon, that would be different. I apologize. I forgot
No
about that
problem.
weapon.
My first time using it, so.
Sure. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
It is. It's bleeding all over you. It looks really wrecked. And Eli, I believe it's your turn, sir. Hello, Eli.
I'm here.
Sorry.
It changes what I'll disengage with her.
Disengage, okay. Big fat ugly bloody balloon.
I'll use my bonus to fly 50 feet away.
50, okay. She will take... Or you said you're disengaging, so she can't take a reaction.
Yes.
Alright.
Yes. Because Bigsby's hand to move it is a bonus, so I'm disengaging on my action. I'm using my bonus to move it.
Gotcha.
And what round is this?
This is round 9. It's been almost a minute, but it's not been a minute since Red disappeared, unfortunately.
Okay. I think I have like 2 or 3 more rounds of Bigby's hand, so I was just checking.
No worries. When
Can
did
you
you
use Bigby's hand to hold her?
I cast it at round 2, so round 11. It
Yeah, I
goes
think
around
you have like
11
5
rounds,
more.
disappears.
I think it says you have 5 more rounds.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it keeps track.
In answer to your question, yes, I believe he could try to grapple her with Bigby's hand if he wanted to, but he's using it currently to fly around the battlefield.
Yes, I am.
And that's the end of your turn, Eli?
Yes, I'll have my turn there.
Just make sure not to be 60 feet up when it goes away.
Yeah, don't be 60 feet up in the air. That would hurt. Ender, it is your turn, my friend.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Shoot her. Gonna move first? Unfortunately, your first attack is a miss. And your second attack is a miss.
I feel insignificant and a turn.
Okay. Not insignificant. On Horker's turn, Horker is going to continue with its rending bites, Lithana. But first, it's going to try to roll. It does not get back its special ability. So it's just going to continue to try and chew on you. Its first attack missing as its jaws clamp shut. It rolls a 23, though, and manages to hit you. Dealing 7 piercing damage, which is absorbed into the extra HP given to you by your companion Zito. That's the end of its turn. On Big Maw Maw's turn, You know what? She's had enough of this. Okay. She drops concentration on Red. Red, you pop back into the battlefield.
Yay!
And she points a finger at you, Eli. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
With advantage, can I assist him? I don't like the fact that you chuckled.
Well,
19.
Wow, good work, bravo. You are outdoing the DM.
So
good work,
lucky.
Eli.
You are so lucky, sir. She cast
Good thing I have 3 luck.
She cast Finger of Death on you.
Oh gosh.
Wait, what?
Okay, let's see how much damage you take halved. Okay, so that's
Oh my gosh. I just looked it up.
let's see. So that's all right, you take 29 necrotic damage from that. So let me put 29 on it. I believe that gets rid of your padding of, and I believe you're down 4. There we go. Oh shit, that's the wrong person. Whoops. Sorry. Let me give you that back, Ender.
Oh, they can take that. He can take the damage all he wants.
Ow! Was it because I called your dog ugly?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right, so you were down 68 points. I believe you have to make a concentration check, don't you?
Yes.
So that was 29 damage.
What is the concentration check? Is it Arcana?
It's a Constitution check, not an Arcana.
18.
18. Okay.
I don't know. It's like what? How many? I don't even know what your DC is.
The DC is well, no, it's not my DC. It's the DC for a concentration check is what, like 10 plus half of the damage.
It's 10 or half the damage. It's bigger.
It's 10 or half the damage, correct?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay. So you passed. You're not,
okay. Good.
You're not plummeting to the ground. All right. She's going to readjust herself. She just wasted well, I wouldn't say wasted, but she just burnt a level 7 spell on you. She is going to go straight towards you and end her turn there. And Auri, it is your turn.
Good, because I'm ready to go at this guy again, and this time I'm not gonna miss.
Go ham on it.
I meant
oh, no.
This time I might miss.
Oh no. That's it. And you slay the creature as you slash into the creature, ripping out its bulbous bullfrog throat, and it falls down to the ground dead, croaking as it does.
Like a grapefruit.
Like a grapefruit. You popped it open.
And
finally something popped it open.
With my movement, I'm going to move between Lithana and that spider.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right. Zito, it's your turn, sir.
Alright, Zito's gonna dig into his bag and pull out the Scroll of Evolutionary Dragon.
Okay. How's that work?
So it takes an action to cast.
Okay. And
it's an 8th level illusion spell.
An 8th level. Okay, so requires you can cast. Let's see, if it's on your class spell list, you can read the scroll and cast its spell without providing any material components.
And I'm a wizard and artificer, so it's on there.
Okay. Is it on an artifice? Is it an artificer spell?
It's a wizard spell.
Okay,
I'm also a wizard.
You are a wizard. That is correct.
If I recall, using higher level spells, I can make an Arcana check, right?
I believe so. What does it say on the spell scroll? Yeah, the DC is 10 plus the spell's level. You're a wizard, Zito.
Not a wizard yet. Oh.
Unfortunately, you pull the scroll out. You're ready to do your big badass moment and cast a giant shadowy dragon on the battlefield, and your scroll turns to dust.
Well, I tried.
That would have been so fun. I was about to drop a.
Would have been fun.
I would have put a dragon on there. Oh.
Alright, so I'll get rid of that. But as bonus action, I guess I'll shoot Big Maw Maw with the with my turret.
What's the range on your turret?
Oh, it's like 120 feet.
Okay, you definitely can reach. She is 105 feet away.
I'm
As
gonna
she,
move closer just in case.
as she does this dance of death in the sky above with Eli. That's a hit. As you deal 13 force damage to Big Maw Maw. And Red, you said you're no longer raging, correct? So we'll turn that off. And it is your turn.
I will go up to male steeder number 9.
Okay.
And I
Oh.
will.
I don't know why, but Male Steeder number 9 got temporary hit points. I'm going to take those off. I think you accidentally gave that spider temporary hit points, Zito.
Thanks.
No worries.
Attack recklessly with my greatsword since he's the only thing not flying around.
Okay. That's a hit. And you splatter the Steeder spider. Just like a knife cutting, hot knife through butter.
And I will. What I went like 10, so I'll go 25 more towards Eli.
Okay.
And then
Eli is
I'll,
60 feet up in the air, standing on his purple hand.
and I'll end my turn there.
Okay. And what will music do on music's turn?
I'm him too. Is Hex still on her, correct?
It should be.
Okay. Oh, music. So I will try to cast Dissonant Whispers again.
Okay.
This time as a 3rd level.
All right. And she fails. You deal 19 psychic damage to her. And she just sort of shakes her head. You can see her, the dissonant whisper spell taking effect on her. Is that
And
the
let
end?
me double check until this. Okay, so I hit it with an attack, so she'll also get an extra 1d6 necrotic damage from the head.
Go ahead and roll a d6 and I'll add it to her.
I think I can also drop the effect on Mama.
Maw Maw. Oh, it's already on her. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
Just
you just roll d6.
D6 work. Oh.
All right.
Oh, great,
one
nice
more.
one.
Hey, it's okay. One more damage is still one more damage.
And I will also cast Bardic Inspiration on Eli.
On Eli?
No.
Okay, Eli,
Yeah.
take your D10 Bardic Inspiration. And it is your turn. Everybody's going before Big Maw Maw, guys.
Eli is going to. He'll disengage.
Disengage.
Lie down.
Fly down 40 feet.
60 feet to the ground.
60 feet to the ground. Okay. Eli hovers down onto the ground on his purple hand.
Eli will step off, and he will put the hand into a half cover formation, like motion.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. Cito, it's your turn.
Alright, so I guess Zito will do Scorching Ray at 5th level.
At 5th level?
Yes.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not targeting anyone else.
Nope, don't target anybody else. Especially not Eli. First one is a miss. Second one is a miss. Third one is a miss. Fourth one is a hit. And the fifth one is a hit.
Alright, so that would be 2 hits.
2 hits, 2 successful hits. So that's 9, 15 scorching fire damage to Big Maw Maw.
And bonus action, I'm going to shoot Big Maw Maw with the turret.
Go for it. That's a hit. You deal 5 force damage to Big Maw Maw. Oh man, if she survives all of this, guys, she is going to be so nettled. Auri, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to drop my bear form.
Dropping bear form.
Okay. And how do I make a circle of 30, a radius of 30 feet? I just want to see exactly how much
do this. Right click, then go over to pointers, and then go draw circle.
There you go.
Got it.
And it's all pretty pink.
Oh, I put it in a bad spot, now I can't see the number. Oh, bigger than that. What?
That's 20. Here, I'm moving Big B's hand over here. That's 25.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, you can keep going. That's
Okay.
30. There you go.
Not her. Okay. I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds on my party.
Mass
And that's
Cure Wounds. All right. That's an instantaneous, a wave of whatever color energy you want it to be, Auri. Go ahead and describe.
It's this like faint, sparkly purple. And do I have everyone targeted that's in there? I think I do.
Let's see. It looks like you don't have anyone targeted yet.
Or, oh, it's because I don't have the pointer anymore. I have the.
Brett has full health. She murder too fast.
She murdered very fast.
Yeah, neither she nor Ender has any damage on them. Just Music, Lithana, and Eli.
Ooh. I've tried to do so much this fight.
Oh boy. Well, let me see. Can I target him from the combat tracker?
Yeah, you can.
There we go. That's working. So that's like everyone except for Ender is in there, I think.
Your help is still helpful, Ender.
Okay. I think I have everyone now. I hope I have everyone now.
Looks like you have Eli and Lithana. So you healed them for...
Oh shoot. I thought I had the other guys targeted too, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it also didn't heal correctly either. It only healed for 1d8. You cast it. You gotta,
Yeah,
you
it
gotta
should be 3d8.
Yeah, you gotta do it 2 more times.
Oh, weird. If I drag it off, it comes off right. And if I hit the heal button, it is incorrect.
The good squad.
Sorry guys, first time using the second one.
Hey, it's been a couple of weeks.
Now it's open. I'm hurt. And it should be plus my wisdom modifier, which is. Oh boy.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not programmed incorrectly. What's your wisdom modifier? You said wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
Let me fix that. That way, the next time you use it, it'll be in there.
Oh, 5. Plus 5.
Dang it, I keep going right past it. Let's fix that again. Oh.
Yeah, you see that little cross?
There we go.
I hit that, and then when I hit that, it like only gave me 1d8. So
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so each of you got that healing. I think you actually did it 3d8. You did it a level higher, didn't you?
No, just at
No.
level 5.
Okay, so then that means that they should have received 6 less health. If you guys want to adjust it, that's okay. This fight's probably about to be over, so. Red, you're up next, unless Hour, you have something else you'd like to do.
Nope, that's it. Just gonna hand.
Okay. Red.
How high is Big Mama?
She is 60 feet up in the air, looking down at y'all, and it looks like she's getting ready to do something with her hand, her free hand.
Well, I'm gonna run back here towards the hand.
Okay.
And that's my turn. I can't
Okay.
have nothing to throw.
What about music?
Yeah, I like how we're back to back. That's nice. Music is going to...
Make the people come together?
He's gonna do awesome stuff. He's cool. He's going to use... he's going to use his other 5th level spot to try that Dissonant Whispers for another time.
Okay.
On the Big Maw Maw. Oh wait, nope, I messed it up.
She fails.
This is very satisfying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Go, music, go.
This is ridiculous. Kevin's not even here and he killed the monster.
I am music now.
There's this
I start beatboxing as I do it.
This discordant sound just begins to rip forth from music's body, and you all watch as the creature grips her head, and her head just implodes, and her body falls to the ground, and you are all out of combat.
We did it.
Well, is everyone all right?
This one did not like that weird place that thing sent me. This one is glad they are all dead.
I know it's 9 o'clock, guys, but do you guys want to take a quick break?
Sure.
Sure. Yes. And there we'll take a break.
All right.
Oh, dang, 39?
Yeah, that was... I apologize, guys. That was a long fight.
I don't even feel like it was that long. That was intense.
Yeah. I tried to get y'all.
Leithana would go person to person and congratulate them and search the bodies and then rest for 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going on. I'm going to award you guys experience points. You each received 1,721 experience for that encounter. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Auri came in clutch with that mass cure wounds. Come on now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll learn how to use it eventually. How to actually cast it properly.
That's okay.
You're doing great.
I just told Kevin that he landed the killing blow. He's like, yeah, music hits like a truck with some of those spells.
I did real good following his advice.
You did great. I think he would be very proud of you.
What session are we on?
Technically this would be 73 sessions. But
wow.
Give or take a part 1, 2, or 3. So it's that count is actually much higher. It's probably closer to like 80.
Okay. Because I'm gonna try to start like taking notes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm good.
Okay. Is everybody back?
I'm just sitting
Yeah.
down, but Ani's not here. She just got up.
Okay. Well, we can
What
wait.
was?
We can wait.
Sorry. What was that thing, by the way? The Big Maw Maw.
Big Maw Maw?
Yeah.
You're not sure? Her body is laying on the battlefield if you want to go inspect it.
Giggity?
Giggity. There's a couple of horns like that when the head imploded, flew off into the distance somewhere. It's somewhere in the muck out there in the brambles. Yeah, if you guys want to explore this camp and look for items while we wait for Auri to come back, you guys can. Unless you want to wait for her.
Yeah. I just had to go use the restroom.
No worries. Also, as you guys are recovering from this, you are hearing a diminutive voice yelling out from across the way in a cage hanging on a pole next to that shed or that thatch building. You just hear this diminutive voice go, "Yeah, yeah, you did it!" And there's something inside of the cage flying around.
I go straight towards that thing.
Okay.
It's like, that sounds adorable. Whatever it is, I want it.
Red, when you get there, you see a familiar face. You're actually shocked you didn't notice it when you went to go help Auri and Ender in that disgusting ogre with the weird tentacles coming out of it.
That's too mad. That's raging.
What you see before you looks like this. It is a teeny little fey creature that you know as Licorice. Well, howdy do, Red.
And I let out a big sigh. Oh, this one is glad that she noticed you. This one was really mad before, and I see if there's like anything I can open on the cage to let him out.
It's a very simple locking mechanism. You have a feeling that if you had a companion with possibly some tools, you might be able to open it. Or if you just, had a couple of really strong companions help you rend the bars. It's a metal cage. Looks like it's gold filigree.
Okay.
It's gross and disgusting, and the bottom of the cage looks pretty foul.
Ew.
While you're doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Eli's heading over to Big Mama's body.
Okay.
So
Going
he's going to
around.
make his way over to the cage.
Zito's going to the cage. Eli's checking the body of Big Maw Maw.
I'll slowly be behind Zito, kind of like watching, but also staying a little bit back, just because what the heck is this thing?
Okay.
Lithana would check the Horker's body.
Okay. And what about music? What would music do? Red?
Music's gonna go over red.
Okay. And I assume that you're all gathering like your cast-off weapons and ammunition, whatever ammunition you can pick up.
Exactly.
What are you doing, Ender?
I'm going to be on guard. I'm not sure if the danger's gone yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to go get my swords as well.
All right. Ender, you have a passive of 18. Good to know. So you're keeping watch while everybody else is going over the camp?
But again, I grabbed all my gear. It's all where it needs to be.
Gotcha. Okay. Eli, you find, of course, the glaive, which, as you are getting closer to the body, the glaive was of a much more larger size. Seems to be shrinking down to a more easier to handle or manage non-giant sized weapon. You find a book with a dusty cover. The creature is also holding, has in its possession a bag that was cinched to its side, which is filled with a bronze crown, a broken statuette of a worm, what looks like a dagger of some sort, a little box of figurines, and of course the whistle around her neck, and that's pretty much it. The rest of you guys, if you're looking around the camp, there was a bag sitting next to the bonfire, which is filled with various types of coins. It's pretty hefty. There's also ruined, cast-off armor and items that don't really have much value. It looks like the ogres were using weapons to pick their teeth or scratch themselves, and they were burning armor and clothing in the bonfire. You can see the charred remains. And I will put all of these items into the party inventory. There we go. So, Red, you're looking at this this cage. Licorice is looking at you and now begins to flit about within the cage and is just looking like panicked.
So distinctly more freaked, like he wasn't freaked out too much and now he's freaking out.
He just starts saying, "Rory, where's Rory?"
Oh no.
And enter.
Yes?
You begin to hear the sound of hooves coming from somewhere in the distance, a trampling noise. This thunderous sound of hooves as suddenly the brush in various areas is cast aside as these horses crash through and several samurai wearing splint armor are riding on the backs. And one of the half-orc samurai calls out to you all, "Stay your weapons, travelers, lest you wish to be run through in the name of Clan Ashta."
Do I know Clan Ashta?
Yes, Clan Ashta is one of the three clans descended, the heads of which were one of the triumvirate for House Thrash.
I see.
And they're all drawing they're either drawing bows or they have their hands their free hand is going to their sword as the one orc now slips down from in a quick motion, plopping down into the peat earth, and is now looking at each of you. "Explain yourselves."
Gonna look back to Eli, and then back to the samurai.
Well,
Ender, I think you know most about this area.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't understand why we're all the way over here in the woods, though. I wasn't here last session.
no worries. You guys were following the tracks for these ogres, and you came upon their camp, and after Lithana told you that they hadn't noticed your arrival, you guys basically just bum rushed and attacked them. And in doing so, during the beginning of the fight, if Red shares that information with you all, appears that these creatures were eating potentially her people, or some of her people.
So we wandered away from our boat?
Oh, we're on our way to the city of...
Red is leading you all to Hartham.
Alright, so we left behind our vessel. So we're out here. Okay, then I'm going to say we are merely just on our way to Hartham. We had to save some friends. And I'm going to look back over and say acquaintances at the little ferry.
The ferry's still in the cage, by the way, unless, Reg, you'd like to attempt to rip the ferry out.
Yes.
Okay.
Hang on.
I do wish it.
Let me have a crack at that before you do anything, Ren.
I'll step over out of the way.
And
Zito will pull out a lockpick and see if he can bust that lock.
okay. Go ahead and make a check for me, sir. And I believe your Bigby's hand is long gone, correct, Derek?
Yes, yeah, it's long gone.
Okay.
What kind of check would this be?
It will be a thieves' tools check. Or a tinker's check. If it's with a lock check, though, it would be technically a thieves' tools check. So it would be a dexterity check. Oh, yeah. Very much so. The moment your tool touches the locking mechanism, the locking mechanism actually starts to just fall apart. And the very grateful-looking diminutive fey creature with dragonfly-like wings flits out and begins zipping around and just saying, "Oh no, oh no," and then flies over towards the samurai who has been calling out to you, this half-orc, and says, "Urkor, you are too late. Ate all of them." And the samurai just casts his eyes down and for a moment and then looks back at them and he says, "Well, at the very least we can honor them and bury them, what's left."
Yeah, Red would go over to the spire spit and start taking off, like, removing the spit thing.
Okay. There is a body that's partially devoured hanging on it, which of course you recognize to be that of a shifter. What you could tell during the combat.
Yeah, I'll get the spit off so it can start cooling down so that we can, like, put them to rest.
Okay. Urkor now has been looking around you all and then casting eyes towards you, Ender. The curious gaze begins walking towards you. "Stranger, I do not recognize you. What clan do you hail from?"
I hail from no clan.
"Ah, a Ronin. What are you doing out here, all by yourself, with these strangers? Are they your companions?"
Yes, we're on our way to Hearthstone.
Hearthstone?
The Hearthy place. It has a
I'm
hearth.
sorry, I love that. Hearthstone. Because I actually based the name on Hearthstone.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll spell it in the chat for you guys. It's Heartham.
Heartham. Got it.
There you go.
I'm heading to Hearthstone.
Oh, and what business do you, an outsider, have in Heartham? I almost said Hearthstone. Thank you, Adam.
How you doing it?
I'm just gonna start calling it Hearthstone, guys.
I'm glad we can all agree it's Hearthstone, and I look at all the guards. And this tree these trees shall now be named cans.
There are 9 samurai warriors in total. Now that Urkor is in a more palatable manner and speaking to you, they're just sort of each of them slipping off of their horses and beginning to try and assist with grabbing the dead of the bodies and beginning to prepare to bury them.
Might I ask my group real quick, and not in front of the guard, not in game, not in game, but out of game, guys. Why are we heading to Heartham? What's in Heartham? Why did we decide to leave our ship to go inland? Are we still just going to Heartham to gather more information on Zaduk's Bane?
Well, originally, you all headed towards the crawling swamp, which you are in, because the Shogun told you that that is where the terrorists hide. That they were rumored to be hiding in the crawling swamp.
Right.
Hartham was brought up by Red when you discovered her and helped her defeat the Obelix at the outpost. She mentioned that was where she came from. And of course,
Okay, so we're heading to Hartham to gather more intel, basically, on the reason for Saduk's Bane.
yes, and
Okay,
of course,
got it. Want to make
you
sure.
and of course you, Ender, you know the significance of Hartham. Whether you have shared that with the group or not is up to you.
Hearthstone, popular trading card game. Yeah, I know the significance, but also I also know about Hartham. Yes. I don't know if I've told people about it.
I don't think you have.
I suppose maybe I'll let them figure it out for themselves.
Okay.
I'm not a tour guide. But I think that out of character here, it's a sight to behold, guys. You'll like Hartham. I've gotten a little bit of information from Jeremy in between sessions, just to kind of catch up on what Ender's experience before was like. Lore, things I would know, things that are tied to my character, just so I'm not completely blindsided like I was in this session.
Aw.
Yeah.
It's okay, Ender.
It's okay. It's okay, Adam. Thank you, Ender.
Licorice pats you on the head.
All right, but yes, I'm gonna tell them why we're heading to Hartham, but not the full truth. I'm not gonna say that I'm here looking for spies.
Why don't you tell? How about this? Instead of expositing out of character, why don't you tell this individual who's been referred to as Urkor what you would like to say?
Urkor, we're just heading to Hartham on our own business.
And he looks at you and cocks an eye. He says, "Very well." And he turns around. He turns his attention away from you. It almost felt like he was just studying your face for a few seconds before he turned away. And then he starts directing his men. And they're just going about their business, tending to the dead. What would you all like to do? You can all say you're taking a short rest if you like. This technically would count as a short rest.
Yeah, I'd like to take a short rest.
I'll mark you guys as taking a short rest if you like.
I'd like to be casting detect magic too.
Okay. You're getting magic coming off of the book, off of the glaive.
Don't mind your neighborhood friendly wizard.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just gonna have a look inside the hut.
Okay. There's a disgusting body of an ogre, and you can see now that it's like an ogre that has been altered. There are disgusting, slimy tentacles that pierce in and out of various parts of its chest, and then arms, and then come out, extruding from its palms. And there are piles of garbage and animal dung and bones, broken bones, freshly chewed on bones. Not a fleck of meat except for scraps here and there.
Zito will. Zito's gonna mold earth and see if he can make his way deeper in there.
Okay.
He's gonna search the area.
So are
What are you gonna say, Jeremy?
So are you you're digging a hole with your earth ability?
Yes.
Okay. More bodies. Older bones. This seems like less of like a living hut and more of like a place to dump garbage. In answer to your question, Lathana, if you are attuned to the item, you know the command word.
I am. I took my last rest to do that.
Okay.
Can I tell what kind of creatures these bones belong to?
Make. Make a survival check. Or no, not a survival check. I apologize. Make a make just a general history check. Or no, I'm sorry. Make a nature check. I apologize. My brain is not working at the moment. Looks like humanoid bones. Bipedal humanoid bones, mostly. A few scant animal bones, carcasses here and there. It's a jumble of remains. And it's such a jumble that other than the fresh ones that you've just found on the surface of this hut, most of what you find by using your ability is just like a mixture of various types of bones from many different creatures.
Alright, alright, I think I'm done exploring this area.
Okay. All right. Was there anything that you all wanted to do after you took time to rest? With as many men and women within Urkor's group, they're able to sort through what they can, and they make a series of makeshift graves away from this site, as it not to leave them here and let them be desecrated by the piles of spider bodies and spider parts and the ogre creature. And most of them are continuing to work on that away from you all. Urkor comes back. Licorice hasn't been saying much, but has just been sort of following Urkor around. And Urkor looks to you and says, I thank you for ending these creatures. We've been hunting them for quite some time.
Hey, Ender.
Yes, sweetheart.
Hey, you should ask if there's some kind of reward.
You have a tongue? Ask yourself.
I don't speak Orcish.
You saying that out loud? He is speaking to you all in common.
Ender's an orc, I thought maybe, or music. You should ask if there's a reward.
Music turns around.
We've seen how you fought with music. Now it's time to see how you RP as music.
Music turns around. He opens his mouth, sticks a finger up in the air to say something, and suddenly disappears in a cascade of dust. It's like a freeze frame, classic 80s television show freeze frame. And music is no longer there.
What?
Well, I guess he went on one of his adventures. Eli will walk up to the samurai and said, well, you said you were hunting these creatures. Is there some kind of reward?
Possibly. I'm sure that if you head back, you said you were heading to Hartham. The Ronin mentioned that.
But yeah.
I will vouch for you. Or you can take what remains are here and present them to the mayor. That's up to you. Or you can wait. I don't know when we will return, but when were you planning on vacating this area? We still have quite a bit of ground to cover. We're not 100% done out here. Would you possibly be able to, since you're heading there, take Licorice with you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it looks like we were heading out here soon if there was some kind of reward.
Again, speak to the mayor when you arrive in Hartham. Give them my name, and I will vouch for you when I come back.
Ladonna clears her throat. Sir, what did you say your name was again?
My name is Urkor of Clan Ashta.
Yes, sir, Urakor. Is there any way we can be of assistance to your mayor in Hartham? Has there been any issues? We are helpers of people. Sometimes dirty work, but we can get the job done if there's something that we can help with.
So you're mercenaries.
Yes, of a sort.
I understand perfectly. We are a nation of mercenaries, to a point. What is exactly you wish to do? What field of work were you interested in doing? You seem like a hunter yourself. I'm sure that your skills will be quite useful in Hartham.
But has there been any, I don't know, big issues or big areas of need in your city?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that you haven't been in the Shadow Marches for very long. And he just sort of narrows his gaze at you. So,
well,
let me give you a bit of advice. Don't go out in the swamp alone at night. Don't follow lights. If you see lights floating in the dark, don't follow them. Stay away from open bodies of water. And finish your business here as quickly as possible. Stay in groups. You have a large enough group here, I'm sure that you can protect yourselves. The marches are not a place for the complacent. They're not a place for outsiders. We take care of our own here. Isn't that right, Ronan? And he just sort of looks over in your direction, Ender.
I'll stay silent.
I thought so.
Do I get the sense that he's hiding something?
You can make an insight check. You get a sense that he is being a bit cagey with you. You feel as though like he is trying to conceal something. And he's doing a darn good job of it. It almost seems like he's, as you're asking him questions, he's interviewing you. Like he keeps turning your conversation in different areas.
Well, thank you for the advice. We are, just simple. Well, I shouldn't say simple travelers, but we're new to the area, so I appreciate it. And she would kind of bow slightly and then go back over to helping with the bodies and such. But as soon as she's a little bit out of range, she is going to speak the command word for the Gem of Seeing.
Oh, okay.
Stealthily.
Stealthily, make a sleight of hand check. While this is going on, what are each of you all doing?
I'd probably be trying to talk. I'd be trying to talk to Licorice to find out who else was with them. To know like who. I'm sure she knew other people probably in that group that were lost.
She mentions a few individuals. She mentions someone named Rhiannon. She mentions Rory. She mentions Two Toes. And unfortunately, all of those individuals are apparently gone. These are all hunters within your community of shifters back at Hartham.
Okay. Probably be like.
Also, where are the kids?
Great question.
I don't know. Somebody had them while I was an elephant.
That's true.
Oh,
Eli had them.
Eli put them to sleep
He did put them to sleep.
in a coma.
He put them in a coma.
What happened while we were away? You guys are monsters.
Like in a sweet coma.
Like a permanent sleep or a...
And they won't wake up until
the whole time he's been flying around on Bigby's hand with these two kids like slung underneath his coat.
That means if you had attacked,
they would have.
Oh my god, that
they would have died. Unfortunately, if he would have fallen.
Been the name of the episode.
Yeah, if Eli had failed his concentration check and fallen, that would have killed both of those kids instantly.
Well, that's horrible, and I'm glad I didn't know what was happening.
And on the plus side, Sporlin is absolutely loving it. You guys have been out here. The moisture from the rain that you guys went through, he's just been like braiding your hair, Auri.
Oh, nice.
You've also noticed he's starting to get bigger.
Hopefully not too much where it's like hurting me.
No. It's like barely noticeable, but you've noticed because you've had him on your head the most, and he's been around you the most as opposed to the rest of your companions. Was there anything else that you wished to? Oh, I apologize. Let's go back to your what was that? Was that
yes,
a 7?
Please.
7 you rolled on your sleight of hand, Lathana?
Yeah.
You go to raise the item up and speak the command word, and you accidentally put it in your mouth and start choking on it.
Well, that's not stealthy at all.
And
Lathana, spit that. I'm gonna come up and tell her to spit it out.
Urkor immediately rushes to your side and begins whacking you on the back, Lathana. He says, "Spit it out! Spit it out!" And you make a Constitution check.
Oh no!
Wait,
I didn't roll a natural 1. Come on.
Don't roll a natural 1 on your Constitution check. Okay, so you managed to keep from accidentally letting this slide down your throat, blocking your windpipe. You hawk it out. Urkor manages to catch it, and then is like looking at it, and then he begins to offer it to you. Are you all right? You probably shouldn't try to swallow this again. It's not food. You do realize that, don't you?
I guess I was just really hungry. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I take it and put it back in my pocket.
Do you have a habit of swallowing stones?
Well, maybe, but I usually don't remember it after it happens. You know?
Very well. Well, we won't keep you. We'll finish up here. If you want to stay, you can stay. Once we're done here, we're leaving the area. We're vacating. If there's nothing else, I will take my leave.
Lithana bows again and looks around.
Do you try to use the stone again?
Not yet.
Okay. And he just kind of wanders off back towards his people, just beyond your eye line.
When they all start facing the other way, she will try again.
Okay. I won't ask for a sleight of hand this time since he's not paying attention to you.
I don't know what the word is. Fluffernutter.
The word can be whatever you want. You want it to be fluffernutter? It's fluffernutter.
Cool.
Okay. And now, Lithana, you are seeing beyond the material plane into the ethereal plane beyond. And you just see a sea of shapes, colors, mass, and strange creatures that just seem to come at from different directions, looking down on the ground, looking up in the sky. You can still see the material plane, but it's like there's an extra layer, like a filter over what you're seeing right now. And looking in the direction of the handful of individuals, you don't notice anything, except for every single one of them has a strange bluish glowing light at various intervals on their form. You can see it's glowing in different areas on their body. Like it's like a patchwork of light. It's almost as if somebody took a yellow highlighter and scribbled on a drawing of a person on a piece of paper. She does not see music, Zito.
When Lithana looks over at Eli, does she see the same thing?
Sorry, I apologize. You don't see music, but you do see the dust. And the dust looks like stars twinkling where they fell to the ground. It was really hard to notice before, but now you can see it. It's almost blinding, like you have to shield your eyes from it.
Lithana would also look at her own group and see if she sees anything.
Oh, okay. You're looking at each of them?
Yes.
Okay. You notice as you look to each one of them, nothing particularly striking, except for when you look at Eli. You're noticing You're noticing that Eli has a similarly but different colored, growing, scribbling patchwork on a part of his body. And this light, it's like pulsing. Because you're much closer to him than you are to the samurai.
Lithana is going to be like, I knew it! And she's gonna run over to Eli. Be like, hey Eli, give me that atlas slate. Right now.
Well, that's not
How can she see it?
That's not what you're seeing.
Okay, never mind. What do I see?
You have been around Eli long enough. You'd know that he bears the mark of the storm.
Oh.
You're seeing the outline of his dragon mark. through his clothing, on his person, under the surface of his skin.
Ooh, so attractive. Feel yourself getting hot. The sweat starts collecting along your
Temperance,
neck,
stop.
down your back, and then you hear music come into comes into play, and he's like, "Brown chicka brown brown, brown chicka brown brown."
Eli, you just see Lathana come like strangely close to like wherever your dragon mark is on you, and like in your personal space.
Well, great. Now he's gonna change where it is.
Well,
No, I'm not gonna do that. I have nothing to do with where he gets his.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Eli. If Lathana's getting that close to it.
Whoa. Excuse me, Lathana.
Eli, go for it.
Where is it?
To explain a bit about how dragon marks work, they essentially look like tattoos, but they're actually more like birthmarks. It's like a mix between a birthmark and a tattoo. So you can't really move it.
But a sexy one.
It is sexy.
Would
Thanks
you like
for embracing your sexiness.
I think yes, I do. I believe I have an example of what his looks like, which I will share with you, Lathana, and only you. It's a twisting of lines. Almost seems to resemble that of almost like a squid.
So Lathana just gets creepily close to Eli's chest with no explanation.
Excuse me.
And as you look at it, in different angles, it looks closer to this.
Ooh. Can I see through his shirt? No, I'm just kidding. Like, what I was really curious about is if all the samurais were like wearing matching underwear or something. But But anyways,
I understand. I'm just imagining that this entire time Ender is getting closer, trying to sneak up on you and like whisper something creepily.
But I was saying that the whole time.
That's what I said.
The whole time I've been just behind her whispering, brown chicka brown brown.
Also, the little fey creature, which has just been flitting about, it radiates light that is almost painful to look at, even brighter than the dragon mark from your companion Eli. And you just see this ball of energy which is flying around doing figure eights. Every once in a while, suddenly stopping, and you can hear the sound of its dragonfly-like wings fluttering.
when Lathana sees it's just the dragon mark, she kind of like, okay.
How long does your acid trip last, Lathana?
Oh, hold on. "10 minutes."
10 minutes. So 10 minutes, the Lathana is tripping balls. Do you guys do anything while you watch Lathana walking around with stilted legs, waving her hand at things that aren't there?
No,
Yes,
we're
I'm
plenty
gonna
entertained by that.
And
I'm going to try to establish a good
creepily
trip
feeling up Eli.
Zito's going to sneakily take any alcohol Lathana might have on her.
Does she have any left? I think she
Good
drank
call.
it all.
I think, oh god.
Well,
Yeah.
well, apparently she's getting more of it.
Eli,
Lathana with
Eli said he's identifying an item. How long does that take, Eli?
10 minutes. So I
Okay.
he's tripping balls and getting on. He's like, excuse what the, and casting a spell and like looking at her weird.
All right. I will identify it for you. This item is called the Glaive of Certain Death. When you damage a creature with an attack using this item, they cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
Holy crap!
It is a reach weapon. Two-handed, heavy, magical reach weapon.
Eli will walk over to Red.
Okay.
Hey, Red.
Yes, Magic Man.
I know you don't really like magic and all, but your kids are safe, and he kind of hands back the kids they're sleeping.
Unconscious kids.
They were so great and quiet. They were great kids with Uncle Eli. Uncle Eli just has a magic touch. They sleep so peaceful.
I kind of like take the kids and like smell them. And kind
Oh,
of
they
see
smell great.
if I
Prestidigitation
notice
works great.
This one is grateful for you watching her kin.
And the sprite flies towards you, Red, and says, Red, I didn't know you had kids.
These are not my kids. I found some trouble in a village not so far from here. It is a long story, Licorice, but the entire shifter community there was taken control of and killed by this mysterious force. These two little ones were all that was left. I wanted to bring them to Hartham so that they could be cared for.
That's freaking terrible.
This one has lost too many friends in too few days.
I'm sorry, Red. I'm very sorry.
Kind of like looks sad. At least this one has not lost you, Licorice.
Not yet. Not for my own stupid self following around the hunters into the swamp. Well, Urkel said that you guys are. I can hang with you.
This one will protect you with her very life.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought for sure that I was going to end up a toothpick.
I'm kind of like looking up and down a little bit. This one must know, why would you follow the hunters? It is not safe.
Well, you were gone for so long, Red. We've lost so many. We lost folk, went into the Deepwood to try and take care of the problems in the Deepwood, and they didn't come back. We haven't spoken to any other communities in the reaches and the marches for so long. And then, where have you been?
What was the name of the village I was in? Did it have a name?
You were just at an outpost. Didn't really have a name.
This one went to an outpost to help, and this horrible, horrible thing possessed my mind. It had me defending the outpost.
Whoa, wait.
Others.
You were possessed?
Yes. A prisoner in my own body. I knew what was happening, but I had no control.
Licorice suddenly, like, tiny little eyes go wide, and he zips off in the beyond the tree cover back towards Urkor and the other samurai.
I
And
start racing after him.
as you start to get to the edge of this clearing, Urkor bursts through, hand on his sword, and he says, "Tell me again what you just told Licorice."
I kind of like back up slightly, hand like towards my blade as well, but not touching it quite yet. This one visited an outpost. Check on the shifter community. This thing had killed all of my kin and was recreating their forms, and it possessed my mind when I found out.
I'm sorry to hear that. Shifters, half-orcs, humans, all manner of people of the marches have been going missing for weeks. Some of them we've found not quite right in their minds, and then turned into hideous beasts. And they had to be put down. A few of which were nearly too powerful for us and disappeared. They caused a lot of collateral damage in Heartham. It's why we've been so steadfast in our patrols trying to find these missing people. Now you're saying you yourself were taken, your mind was taken, and you survived. It is imperative that you get to Heartham as quickly as possible.
Does Eli hear this?
Oh yeah, he's right there at the edge of the clearing. You're all hearing this if you're still within the clearing.
Eli will walk over. I believe I have an answer to your problem. I know who is taking them.
Well, if you possess such knowledge, then you and your companions will no doubt help a great many people.
Have you ever heard of a mind flare?
No.
They are very powerful magic creatures. Very dangerous. Evil. Very evil. They are in the swamp. They are taking people and trying to turn people into interesting creatures.
Sounds an awful lot like what we have witnessed.
In fact, I had to save 2 members of my party because they were captured, but we rescued them.
Where were you captured? Your friends, where were they?
We were on the river. Ender, Ari, do you know or can describe anything where you were?
I can try my
Sure.
best. We were in a living being in a ship, like a boat, but humongous. It had its hulls were made of the same flesh that me and you are made of.
And
It
as
was
you're
horrible. We were in these vats and ugh.
And we weren't in there alone.
as you're informing Urkor of this, his brow is furrowed. He is a grim determination, this look on his face. And he says, he calls out beyond and he says, "Ben, it is of vital importance that we get these people to Heartham at once. Do you have transportation? At the very least, we can help you. We have enough horses you can ride with us. It won't be comfortable, but we can get you to Heartham much quicker than your own 2 feet."
Well, then let's go.
And he just dashes off beyond, continuing to yell orders to the other samurai that you can't really see beyond the brush. It's just too thick. He is literally bursting in and out of bushes as he's coming back into the clearing. And is there anything that you would like to do here in the clearing before you go off with them?
No.
No.
We got all the loot, right?
Yep, you picked up everything of value.
And counting how many trolls there were.
Well,
Okay, I'm good.
They weren't trolls, they were ogres.
Oh yeah, yes, I forgot the ugly ogres.
The ugly ogres. And we're past 10 now, guys, so if you want to come to an ending point, we can.
I think now's a good time to end it for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
If we're all in agreement.
Too good to me.
Yeah.
Takes another hour. The samurai finish deconstructing this place, laying to rest the remains of this group of shifters that were unfortunately met their end at the hands of these ogres. And one by one, they allow you to ride on their horses with them. The horses in single file line head off to the northeast, continuing on through the crawling swamp towards your future destination of Hartham. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. And Lithana is still tripping while this is happening.
Oh boy. If she pukes, I'll hold her hair.
Let's hope she doesn't puke. The trip intenses if she does that.
Yeah, she just sees like a rainbow come out of her mouth from up out of her esophagus and explode.
That sounds awful. At least your hair's fine.
I don't think there's actually any negative effects of it, but
Poor Lithana.
oh no, she's having a good time. Like I said, there's no effects. She's just like in a whole new world.
A whole new world.
world.
Don't you dare close your eyes, Ender.